Yeah, shame-free life. Yeah, shame-free life.
Hey, shalom and blessings to your family. I hope you're doing well. This is Ronald Zion. If you haven't yet subscribed to the Shame-Free Life channel, click that subscribe button below and just join the Shame-Free Life movement with me as we on this journey to become a much better version of ourselves, regardless of where you've been. It's all about where you are and where you're going. Let's get right into it. I just left out of the grocery store, and had a very strange encounter. I'm on the aisle and I'm getting ready to get some sunflower butter because I don't like peanut butter. And a senior citizen is coming my way. And I happened to look down as he was pushing his cart, and he only had one leg. Well, the other leg was artificial. And he greeted me, and I said, "Good afternoon, sir. How are you? I hope you have a good day." He said, "Well, not really, because I'm going to kill somebody." I turned around and said, "Excuse me?" He said, "I'm going to kill somebody." I said, "Well, sir, don't do that. You know, I'm pretty sure it ain't that serious." So he goes into the story. And so I'm sitting listening, and I'm like, wow, I mean, really? All this is going on? He just lost his wife. Shortly after that, he lost his son, who was a paraplegic, and the son's girlfriend he's been taking care of. Now, he said over the course of taking care of this woman, this young girl, she's far beyond a teenager, so I'm assessing that she's in her 20s. She's an adult. That he spent, in his words, $75,000 on her. He bought her 3 cars that she wrecked in total. Bought her 2 cell phones. The last cell phone that he bought her was $1,100. I want to know, what kind of cell phone is this? $1,100 for a phone? Really? And she cussed him out several times. Just ungrateful. And so I'm looking at this, and he says that I think there's some things going on with her. He said she comes from a bad background. I said, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, her father can't stay out of prison, and her mama, she's on drugs." I said, "Okay." So the more I began to listen to him, the better I began to understand. So I said, you know what? While he's talking, I'm praying on the inside. Father, I don't know what to say to this dude. Sometimes we think we know what to say, but we really don't know what to say. So I said, "Sir, before you go, perhaps I want you to consider this. You're providing help for her, but it seems like it's not helping. Because the help that she needs, you can't provide. And she's going to take you out if you let her." So we're looking at elderly abuse, financial abuse, emotional, psychological abuse, and verbal abuse, because she's cussing him out. And the more that he begins to spend money on her, buying cars, giving her money, she takes that money and go and smoke it up or shoot it up as far as drugs. Because she's at a place where her addiction is more important than anything. Her addiction is more important than her appetite, than eating, than drinking, than hygiene. Her addiction is more important than this elderly gentleman that's taking care of her. But he's really taking care of her addiction. Her money's going right back to the dope man. False obligation. We have to be very careful of false obligations. He feels indebted to his now deceased son of taking care of an adult woman's addiction. But he seems to believe that he's taking care of her, but he's taking care of her addiction. The son is no longer on this planet, and he feels indebted to the son to take care of her. Yet he's not taking care of himself, and she's surely not taking care of him because she's trying to kill him. False obligations. I want to talk to you very briefly about that, because it really stuck out to me that she's really, that spirit in her, that addiction that's in her is on a mission, a kamikaze mission to kill her and to kill him. There he is, a senior citizen with a missing leg, and his latter years should be more sweeter than his former years, instead of going through all this hell. Sometimes we got to know when to say when. Sometimes we have to look within ourselves. Am I helping the situation by being here? By me presently being here in this person's life, am I helping them to advance? Am I helping them to finally hit rock bottom in order to make a sound decision if they want to remain in rock bottom or if they want to climb to the top or rise to the occasion of healing or rise to the occasion of maturity? Or is my absent, me being absent, will help them become a much better version of themselves? Because oftentimes we stand in the way of progress because of false obligations. Have you ever been there? God knows I know I have been. I feel obligated to someone because of what they've done for me in a particular time in my life when I thought my life was over. When everyone else said that they would be there and they walked away, or talking about me like a backstreet dog. But because of individuals that were there, and they were there just for a season or for a reason, but not for a lifetime, I felt obligated. And so this false sense of obligation that he has, or maybe that you have, we have to check that. Because we can be the very ones standing in the way of them healing and standing in the way of us healing and having peace. So, I hope that this is a blessing for you, because there's so many people out there that are struggling. It may not be like this senior citizen that I came in contact with, but there are so many people, whether it's children, whether it's parents, husband, wives, or whatever, they are feeding a monster of an addiction. They are standing in the way of the maturity and the healing of another person because they feel obligated to be there, but they are more of a liability than an asset. And sometimes we have to come to that realization and step out of the way of progress. And the amazing part about it is, family, when I was in the checkout line, the guy, the senior citizen, he was in front of me. So I said, oh man, here he is again. And so he turned back around and said, man, I tell you, I really appreciate what you said, but that she was blowing up my phone just a few minutes ago, calling me, want more money. The cashier said, I told you to stop giving that girl money. And I said, you know what, sir? The signs are all around you. He said, yeah, I'm a believer. I believe in God. I said, okay. Well, if you believe in God, you said you believe in him speaking to you, right? Yeah. Well, the signs are around you. God is talking to me, God, about you, and he's talking through me to you. God is trying to get your attention through this cashier. We are both saying the same thing about you and your situation. Now, the question is, what are you going to do? So it's just really sad, family, when you look at how the elderly are being abused nowadays. It's sickening, it's satanic, and it's sad. Of people that are so selfish, so evil and dark, bound by their own brokenness and addiction, that they are willing to destroy everything that's in their path. And there's a passage of scripture to say to honor your mother and your father, that you have long days. And even though that this gentleman is not her biological father, he is a father figure and doing more for her than her biological father and her mother, because of their own issues in life and their own strongholds and addiction. So he is the one, the guardian, that is stepping up to the plate to be all that her parents should be, but can't be because of their own addictions. And she will destroy that. So we have to know when to say when, because that thing will kill you if you let it. So I hope this is a blessing to you. If it has been, definitely subscribe to the Shame Free Life channel and value your life. It's not the will of the Most High God that you live your life on edge, walking on eggshells. It's not the will of God that you are responsible for financing someone else's addiction as they disrupt your life and take you to a living hell by offering you chaos and confusion as opposed to peace and harmony. You have to value your own life and understand the pricelessness of your peace, and that you being absent will bring them everything that they need and everything that you need. Be delivered from false obligation. So until next time, as I always say,
yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life.